Hi, welcome to another video on my Arduino Yun with electronics on a breadboard and trying to get a motor working. Some time ago with the earlier videos I kept myself busy with configuring the Yun, the Arduino Yun. As you can see, this is once again the web interface, and a problem is that I cannot connect. Configuring this one, let me clear it out. I want to ping something on the internet, and let's just do something. And it gives no connection, while when I ping my address, my own network, it goes fine. So when I say I want to use the package updater, it makes no connection. Now, looking here at the interfaces, there's a wireless interface and there is a wired interface. Right now I am using the wired interface, and that is something you can see here. This is absolutely wired and no Wi-Fi. Point is, however, that when I look here I see exactly the same. No, that's not entirely true. There are different MAC addresses. This is B421 8A F0 and F8. Now, WAN, Wide Area Network, is usually referring to the internet, and ETH1 is the wired interface. Now then, since this is not the same as this one and this is wired, this is then of course wireless. However, I am connected through this one, and here's the confusion. If this can be another one and should be connected through it, then which one should I take to connect to the internet? Information on the web, on the internet, is confusing, and somehow this one doesn't respond at all. If I go here and I take for instance the same thing as here, so I say SSH root at 137, which is this one, it says there's no connection, there's no way to go there. And this one is already connected. It is connected to the 135. Although if you look here, I said ping cnn.com. It does mention its IP address, but it doesn't do anything. A delay which is too large, DNS shows it, but there's no go. And I can wait, and I can wait, but there's no connection. And it should be like an instance, a millisecond, maybe 2, 4, 5, 6 milliseconds. But this is way too long. So coming back here, 2 different IP addresses. I figure, considering there's a wireless and a wired, well, this is the wired. So what's going wrong here? I can try to edit, but then again, if I look here, I have configured a gateway. I have configured a DNS. That implies that I should be able to reach network, to reach DNS, to reach internet. But there's no way to do it. So this remains a mystery to me, and I could change the addresses, but since this one actually shows exactly the same data, as you can see, gateway and DNS, and with this one, no, this one, sorry, I should close this one now. I can log in, but no internet. So what's the use of it? I have no clue so far. So let's get back to here and see what else we can do with the electronics. When checking for the motor, which is supposed or intended to be controlled with circuit with transistor from pin 3, there is a point with the analog right. Here is the control, and here is the control. Now output value 2, when I look back, it is 0. Output value 1 is from a sensor value, but what is the value of sensor value? It is 0. So where does it read it? It reads it from here. Well, that is a bit of a problem, because the value is right now either 1 or 0. It is not connected to a 0 at all. Actually, it is connected to a digital one. Last time I did connect it to an analog input. That analog input was completely restricted to some lower values in the range of 280 to 90, 280 to 190, and that is not what I like. So what I am going to do is actually keeping this in place, but replacing sensor value with some value of my own choice. That said, let me put this one now to let's us say 250. Then I will replace this by output value 1. copy, Ctrl C, and then output pin 3 is here, and then we come to another point because I want this to be written out, and if I press Ctrl, okay, here we have a certain value, output pin 3, yes, this apparently doesn't work, and here output pin 4, which is an LED, by the way, which does work, but analog pin output pin 3 is a transistor leading to a transistor. So the question is, what do I need? And alright, considering that, I am saying okay, this is simpler, and then this is going to be 0, and this is a solid steady value. Alright, do I need it somewhere else? Right now it doesn't. So let's see all the values. Pin 4, which leads to an LED, 0, leads to a transistor, so LED, transistor plus motor. Then this is going to be some value, this is going to be some value, and this is some 512. Let's test it. F, yeah, away. Alright, compiled fine, uploading, so takes a little bit of time. Done. So let's see. So with this slight software adaptation, I have started the console again, providing it now with quite a lot of characters from the keyboard, sending. So let's see what happens. See, the LED works, this one, but the motor doesn't give anything. Now looking at the code, this is LED on pin 3, and there's a delay of 1 second. Now the question is, of course, how much delay do you need? And now I'm pressing the switch, but I don't see any red, and yes, I'm out of characters. Oops. Tripod is not stable. So let's see again. Alright. So how much time would I need to get this motor working? Because if I take this one out, you immediately hear the motor working. So let's carefully put this wire back. It doesn't do anything. So what may be the cause for this? Voltage that's too low, a pulse width modulation that I should use. On the other hand, with my other Arduino, the pulse width modulation came a lot later than the connection itself. So although the LED obviously works, I'm out of characters again. I need to find another way to provide some thing. So let me take a bigger value for the output value. Right now the value is set to 250. So what if I do it to 500? Compile and upload. Taking some time. It's done, so let's go back to the serial monitor, providing it with input. Let's do it. Clicking the switch, and the motor still doesn't do anything except that that's interesting. Let's hear the motor clearly. I'm out of characters. So let's do it again. I thought I heard the motor a little bit, but I can't reproduce it right now. So I have to look further. Now, off camera, I changed this value from 250 to 500, and unfortunately that had no effect at all. What I can do is to be sure what the output value is, and I can put here console print and let's stay in character. It's small print and capital. this, and then here console print line. So in this case I will exactly know what the output value is. Which brings me to another thing. This is supposed to be the value of the sensor. The first time I put the value to the analog output, I got readings varying from 100 to 800 and 1023, like this value. The second time I received values no larger than, say, 300. So I am thinking about putting it to 1023 and then see what happens. Unfortunately I do not have a pot meter. I not any more than I have already used, and I can of course try to put the switch back to analog, but using a pot meter for analog is a lot better. So I'll have to do it with this right now, and let's see what this also means when I try it. Another thing is of course that I can make here a small loop with a changing value, one value per whichever, to find out what the effect is on output value, but that comes later. Let's first try this. At least there's no compiling error. Alright, let's go to the serial monitor again. Write a few characters, send it, then I press switch. Output value is 255. And the LED with the transistor does not work anymore. It doesn't do anything at all. So that is something weird. Let me press the switch again. No, it doesn't do a thing anymore. So okay, I'm out of character again, so let me close this. That means that I cannot use this value. Let me go back to a lower value, 750. Didn't try that one yet. And this should be alright. Should be. It's test, I don't know. Let's check it out. So with the maximum considered value of 1023 as output value, this LED doesn't do anything, and then it shows an output value of 255. So let's see what happens now. Giving again a lot of characters. Now it works. However, there's no sign of the motor working. So I'm thinking the motor works instantly, or should be. If I put a sleep of 2 seconds, would that matter? It could be. Although if it gets power enough, it would work. So why isn't this one working now? Not enough voltage? I really doubt it, because I am giving it just the exact amount. And the LED has to work. If the LED doesn't work, if this LED doesn't work, there's clearly something not right. So I really consider changing this one to a pot meter and then going analog, truly analog, because I want to have it working. On the other hand, on my other Arduino I have also some motors which have nothing to do with a pot meter, but they are yes, they do have a pot meter, but indirectly, not directly. So this is really a strange thing, that this motor is not working with this transistor circuit. I can do one thing. Let me put a multimeter next to it. And see whatever happens when I put it to the test. So is this on camera? Now it is. Some characters needed. Sending it. Pressing the switch. And I keep pressing it. Two volts here. How much volt do I get here? 490, 5 volts. That is really enough. But I need to have a voltage different, and I think that was my conclusion last time as well. If there is a voltage difference, it should be working anyway. If I put it here, will it work? That is an excellent question. And this is not the objective, to do it like this. It is the objective to do it like this, and that does not work. Okay, that's it for this episode. Enough questions. some code change, some values for the LED turns out to be not always working, some voltage questions, but no solution yet. So for now, thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. If you like my videos, please consider to support it and make a donation. See my website for more information. See also my Instagram, and this is certainly to be continued. Bye bye.